Welcome to the Profit Talks podcast, hosted by the Orange County Inland Empire SBDC Network, funded in part by the U.S. Small Business Administration and the California Office of the Small Business Advocate. This show is the go-to resource for business owners seeking empowerment, education, and resources to succeed. Join us as we connect you with experts, share the triumphs of fellow entrepreneurs, and reveal the wealth of assistance available to you today to level up your business. So let's go. Let's dive in and learn more. Well, we're going to learn more today, and it's a perfect time to talk about it because it's around lunchtime here when we're recording this, and I'm already getting hungry talking to the folks who just started a year ago, Rebels Burgers and Brew. We've got the founders here, Rudy and Ryan. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it lunchtime out there? What are we serving today here?
Man, a lot of burgers.
Yeah, always burgers, yeah.
All right, well,
Sandwiches.
you're doing something that sounds very cool. This is more than just a typical burgers and brew sports bar kind of thing. Ryan described it as a gastropub. Explain what a gastropub is. It means you got more than just burgers and french fries on the menu, right?
Yeah, it's not like McDonald's. I mean, we have a lot of specialty items. We make a bunch of stuff in-house. We hand batter everything that we have.
Love it.
And even down to all of our sauces, we do everything here.
And here is not at a place I would normally put here at. I would think this is going to be in some cool place in downtown Riverside or downtown Irvine or someplace really cool and hip along the beach. You're out where I don't think these sort of things exist, which is Yucaipa. That's out past San Bernardino somewhere out there.
Yes.
It is, yeah. Which is cool though, because that's one of the reasons we named it Rebels, because we wanted to be different. We wanted to have something new and fresh and bring something to the town that I feel I've lived in Yucaipa for a long time, and I feel like this is something that Yucaipa needed.
Yes.
And it's showing because of the crowds that have been coming in.
Yeah.
And the reception is really cool. So,
all right, before we get into the concept and how and why and where, let's talk about your background here. Had you both been in, you're not married, you're just partners, you worked in the restaurant business before. Where did you work before this enterprise here? Where'd you meet?
So we actually met, we both used to work at Morongo Casino.
Pretty big operation out there, yeah. Right.
Yes. I worked there for about a year. How long were you there for?
I was there for probably 9 years.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. And
Yeah.
doing what? You're in food or beverage or what?
Bartenders.
Yes, we were
Yeah,
bartenders.
we were bartenders. I bartended the club out there and the pool, all over the place. So I was able to kind of jump around and know different types of crowds and different types of drinks.
And that's a perfect example because that's a little further out. That's like maybe another 40 minutes
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Yucaipa, and 45 minutes, let's say. And because I go out to Palm Springs a lot, I inherited a house out there, and through the years have go out and like a second home. I rent it out periodically, and if when it's not rented, I go out there. Palm Springs has exploded, not just the Coachella Music Festival, but all the Indian casinos and everything. This is like a mini Las Vegas. Not even that mini,
Yeah.
it's pretty big. And
that's what's happening to Yucaipa also. I mean, this little town exploded. I mean, with everybody's kind of migrating east, and this is one of the first places was undeveloped. Now it's a lot more
Yeah.
developed, but
And it's still just growing. There's
growing
so many
so
homes that
much.
are
Yeah.
going in the next few years. There's a winery that's going to be not too far
a
from here.
winery in Yucaipa. Look at that. So
Yeah.
all of us, well, look at what happened in Indio. Indio was the funky rundown part of the Coachella Valley at the far end. And then Coachella Festival puts it on the world map here and the world
Right.
stage. And now there's all sorts of other festivals there. And then again, and the growth of the casinos. I remember a million years ago going out, it was just like, what you picture an Indian casino to be like, just kind of, real bare bones. These now look like you got pools and
man,
resorts
they're
and
huge.
Yes.
acts and everything. It feels, it's exactly, I can't see it's that different than Las Vegas. I know there are some differences and some things they can or can't do,
Right.
but
yeah,
it's,
it's growing a lot. I mean, even the casino, I mean, since
Yeah.
we've been there, has grown. I mean, they've added
They've
onto
changed
it,
so
and
much,
it's,
yeah.
added parking, everything. So
yeah.
it's just kind of happening this way out.
So it's spreading backwards.
Which is good
It's the
for
growth
us.
of LA pushing continually out that way. and the growth and explosion coming the other way from the Coachella Valley. And in between, it's kind of sleepy Yucaipa. It's just one of those things I passed on the way somewhere. I didn't. I never stopped to look what was there.
Yeah.
You would definitely, if you blink, you would be past it.
You'll miss it.
Yeah, for sure.
So
we have 2 exits.
Yeah.
For the whole city.
There you go. And it looks like just kind of sleepy hills, and it looked kind of like farm country. And then I've seen over the years, they're building more homes out there like they are in Moreno Valley, and they are in Hemet and all sorts of other Banning and all these other places. They keep building all this stuff out there.
It's kind of reminds me of a little. It's starting to be like a little mini Temecula with the wineries coming up in right up. I mean, literally a couple miles away. They're putting in the wineries and all that kind of stuff, and developments going on. So we've never had a hotel here, and we have a brand new hotel. And I mean, who wants
it's just growing.
Who's going to go out and stay in Yucaipa? Apparently, lots of people.
And they're putting another hotel. So it's growing, definitely growing.
So they're going to go because they're going to go to the wineries and take a tour, and then later that night they're going to go to Rebels.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what we're hoping
That's the goal.
for.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So what is Rebels? How big is it? It's definitely something not like I would picture in just a regular suburban kind of or neighborhood kind of thing. Here, it's you're saying a gastropub. Define that. What's a gastropub, and what's or a whatever you want to call it?
I would just say it's an elevated, it's burgers, but it's elevated burgers. It's sandwiches, but it's elevated sandwiches. It's appetizers, but elevated. So we make everything from scratch. 90% of everything that we have here, from our dressings to our sauces, is made in-house. We have chefs that come in. So we are trying to elevate, a simple burger. We have smash burgers. We use nothing but Wagyu meat. So everything that we
and
have
that I've seen that more. What is Wagyu? Waigyu or something like that? Some kind of Japanese beef or something?
Yeah. So Wagyu is actually, it's just the breed of cow. It's the way that it's raised and its lineage. It's a better product all around. It's a little bit more expensive, a little bit more pricey, but it's so worth it.
Juicy.
The flavor, everything.
It holds.
And I see these places popping up, gourmet burgers, over and over again, and unusual burgers and special burgers, not just McDonald's burgers or whatever here, typical burgers.
We have burgers with smoked brisket on it. We have just different. We even make our barbecue sauce that goes with it, our spicy coleslaw that goes with it. So everything pretty much in that burger is fresh and
we have about a dozen craft burgers. There's obviously the classic is on there if you want something just standard, but we have about a dozen burgers just on that menu alone.
Give me some wild ones. I'm already salivating here. I can taste this stuff. Give me some, excite me. Tell me about some of these craft ones.
Called, obviously the cowboy brisket, but the vampire burger, which is a very garlicky burger. I love garlic, but we make
that keeps the vampires away, doesn't it? Garlic.
Yes.
We have a cheese called vampire cheese, which is a garlic infused cheese. And then we have a jalapeno burger. We make our jalapenos, cook the order and all that stuff. So
we have that one. One of our employees, every day before his birthday last year, he tried to perfect one burger. He wanted it to be named after him. And so we have one called the Schnitz, and that's his burger. It's his take kind of like on like a barbecue Western burger, but it is delicious. It's actually now one of our top sellers.
Wow. All right. So, and how big is this place? Is this like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000
square feet?
5,000 square feet.
So that's pretty big.
Just under.
And is it just beer, or do you have full bar?
Full bar.
Full bar. Okay.
Full bar.
So
we don't brew our own beer. A lot of people think because we have brew on it, but we have a lot of craft beers from I think close to you is Brewery X. So I don't know if you've heard that brewery.
Sure.
And then a lot of local breweries, and so we carry a lot of craft.
So I'm going to take you into the Wayback Machine here. I'm considerably older than you guys here. In the 80s and 90s, all of a sudden people started saying, maybe we're going to make our own beer. Maybe we're going to have craft beer. There's going to be brew pubs and all this stuff popping up. And I built a place called Kelly McHugh's in Mission Viejo in the early 90s. It was there for 10 years. And we struggled in the begining try something other than Bud and Coors Light and whatever here. And eventually we had like, 20, 40, 50 beers and stuff. And of course, everybody has to have that now. And now that's no. Did anybody come looking for Bud or Coors? Do you even have that stuff?
We're a big Coors Light place.
Yeah,
still.
Coors Light, definitely.
Yeah. Big Coors Light place. But I mean, other than that, I mean, a lot of people come here for craft beers, but I mean, Coors Light seems to kind of still have
they're
a staple.
They're still the standard.
Yeah.
And then we would try and get, and the whole idea was, if we could get you hooked on some beer that only we got, then you got to come back here, and you'll pay a little more for it. And as people get older and get out of the party bars, I don't want to drink as much as I used to. I can't drink as much as I used to. So I'm willing to spend more and enjoy it more. I'm not just trying to pound beers down or something like maybe once I did. Is that the kind of customer? Is this somebody that's graduated from just drinking to experiencing to savoring?
That was a focal point that we had right off the bat. Was we wanted a certain demographic. We don't want a bunch of 21-year-olds that are coming in just to get kind of messed up and party. We wanted
we are actually
families.
Yeah, we're a big family place. We love the fact we have a whole game room actually where we let people play cornhole, and we have a big Connect Four.
When did this come back? Throwing the beanbag in the little hole here. Oh my God, my grandsons love this. Yeah.
But we wanted to have kind of like a brewery feel where we do have an open door concept where we have an outdoor patio, and we wanted everyone to be able to come in, hang out, and actually just be comfortable and stay for a long time instead of them just getting wasted and going to the next bar.
Exactly. And there's so many places like that. Downtown Orange is a place I can think of like that. There's places in San Juan Capistrano, all sorts of places popping up like this. Go check them out if you haven't already. They're everywhere. They've been around for a while. We felt like we were in the early stages. Maybe we were a little too early to it. And then we were trying to do craft cocktails and bring back all the, the stuff you'd see in the Rat Pack or the 60s or the Mad Men and all that stuff here. And the Manhattans and all that stuff. Is that popular out there too? All that kind of stuff?
For old fashions,
Old fashions. I love
those. We saw a smoked old fashioned.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, we built the smokers, and we have. Yeah, it's really cool.
And it's an actual experience when you order it. You get to
and you put it. I've seen that. There's a bar right near here. I'm near UCI, just off the campus. There's a bar that does the same thing. Somehow this comes like smoking. There's stuff, and you get this real heavy smoky flavor, which I love. It is kind of the barbecue kind of heavy smoke flavor. Some people go yuck, but I think that was a really cool thing. All right, so all this stuff in Yucaipa. Who would think? I would think in, Irvine, in Palm Springs, in a million other places. Well, it just shows you it's universal now here. What's the reception been? You've been open for a year now.
It's been amazing.
We've had so much support from the community. Yucaipa really is a community town. And,
I'll bet, yeah.
Yeah, and
100%.
And they really support mom and pop. And so definitely we've had an amazing reception since we've opened.
But not only that, I think it's really cool for us to see that we're getting people from out of town that I've never seen that before.
Getting off the freeway, take them one of those two.
As a destination spot, and we're getting people from Moreno Valley, groups of people that are like, oh, we heard about your place, we want to come try it out, and like that's never happened here. That doesn't happen in Yucaipa, and it's really cool. People from or coming back from Palm Springs, like you said, they're Googling something and they find our place and they're coming and it's a hike off the freeway. I mean. It's probably a 10-minute drive, 8-minute drive.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes to the nearest exit.
Yeah, and so you got to really want to get here to get here. It's not right off the freeway. So for them to come here shows us a lot that we're doing something right, and it's pretty cool to see.
Well, I'm going to stop out and see.
Like in town or just out
I drive out to Palm Springs all the time. As I said, I inherited a house out there. We go out periodically and stuff, and usually we just fly right by Yucaipa here.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
It's just a stop that says I'm about halfway there,
Yeah, but a lot of times when you're driving on the freeway, as far as I go, I'm looking for something right off the freeway, not 10 minutes into town to get to a spot, and for people to actually be looking for us is a really cool thing.
Well, I will definitely come out and check it out there. We've got some cool beers. We got some classic cocktails. We got some amazing burgers, some gourmet stuff going on here.
We're a music themed venue.
So I see Bob Marley behind you there. He is certainly a rebel.
Yeah. So we have we'll have live music here, some really cool live music, and It's a
Is
cool
there
vibe.
live music to be had in Yucaipa? Are there bands out there ready to showcase what they're
Yeah,
doing?
we're getting them.
There's definitely there's definitely local bands out here too that play at a lot of the spots around here.
Yeah, we've been importing a lot of people,
Yeah.
bands from like Laguna Beach and
Really?
Irvine.
Really?
Just because
Okay.
I really wanted like different bands. I think
a
on our
different vibe,
we have one that's like a kind of more of a reggae band that's coming in. Things that Yucaipa doesn't normally see.
Yeah.
You know, we see a lot of classic rock, which I love classic rock, but we're trying to break outside of that and bring just.
I
Different
always
kinds
tell
of
the funny
music.
story. At least it was funny to me back when I had this bar. It's like the late '80s, early '90s, and we're trying to be creative, and we tried to bring in some music too. And it was struggling because there was bands up in LA, but there weren't a lot of bands trying to break out in Orange County here. There was some. There was kind of the ska a little bit. There was a couple of bands and stuff. And one that I went out to check out at UC Riverside, not UC Irvine, but UC Riverside, that festival. And I said, go check this band out. They're really getting a following. And it was a young singer named Gwen Stefani.
I was like, no doubt
I literally
for sure.
was gonna say no doubt.
Yeah.
And I go out there, and they're the headliners, and people are going crazy. And I was like, I'm too old for this, I guess. And I said, I don't get it. I mean, it's good, but what I don't see, is this it? And so we passed on that.
Gwen Stefani, I don't know if you can see.
I think you said, that's why I saw Gwen.
Right next to Bob is Gwen,
Yeah.
And she wasn't sure. Brother quit, I think, the band and went into something else, animation or something, because they just were really slugging it away for years out here, mostly in Orange County. But it was that feeling, and that who knew? I didn't know, obviously. I had the opportunity to see it early and didn't catch it. So you're trying to catch that wave. You're trying to encourage that kind of. Are there hipsters? Are there cool people? Are there fun people in Yucaipa? Are they all just moms and pops and sleepy suburbs here and
You know what? We have
farm areas? Really?
Yeah, we
Huge
have
mix,
everybody
yes.
right now.
Yes.
I mean, we're capturing so much, you know, from LA and Orange County, moving out this way. I mean, it's everybody now. It's a big mix. It used to be just kind of an older town and kind of quiet, and
It's definitely turning into a melting pot out here.
Yeah, I mean, so like when I was out here, shut off. It was almost like shut off time was 8 o'clock.
Absolutely.
Everything goes to sleep. Yeah.
Now it's it's getting better. It's like 10. But but it's not like a 2 a.m. in the morning party till 2 type of town.
You never know. You're creating some rebels out there. They're going to start shaking things up.
This house will be packed, and then about 10:30, it's like a ghost town.
Yeah.
And it's nothing that we do. It's just like everybody's like, okay, we had our fun. It's like we're out.
Yeah, that's okay.
And so
It's still the trend in Yucaipa.
we love it.
Is there a lunch trade? Is there any of that kind of stuff? Is there a happy hour? Are you building any of that stuff here?
Yeah, we have happy hour. We're gonna be doing the football this season, so we'll have football. We have a brunch on Sunday that's really cool. Our brunch menu is different than our normal menu. And then college football is coming Saturday, so we're gonna be doing all that stuff. Monday Night Football. We're not really a sports bar, but we have.
Yeah, you got to have some elements of that. Anything that gets people to hang out. I know
absolutely.
exactly what you're talking about. And it really does have a lot of families, not just young families, older families. I'll go with my wife. We're in our 60s and stuff, and we'll go hang out just to kind of. I'm not there to drink. I'm only going to have a few drinks, so I want to really taste the drink. I want to really taste the food. I don't want to go to a fancy restaurant. I want to have some place I can still have my grandkids with me, or my daughter and my son-in-law and stuff here. And it is that kind of feeling like you're sitting at somebody's house having really good food and a couple of really good drinks, and whether it's a beer or a cocktail. And if I can go sit outside, so much the better here. I think
that's kind of the description of probably the gastropub. You know what I mean? It's not.
You're going for the food as much as you are for the drinks. I mean, the gastronomic. The food part of it is important. The food is not just throwaway. In my place, it was more throwaway. It was that we were there for the beer and for the cocktails, and the food was just something to keep you there and fill you up, and so you didn't get you hung around more. You didn't just drink and leave or whatever. But we didn't have the foresight to really try and be creative in the food menu. It was just the stuff you'd expect. Tried to make a little better caliber. You've taken it to another level, as have many of these places. All right, so in the couple of minutes we got left, how'd you stumble on the SBDC? And I guess you stumbled into our restaurant superstar, Jay Ellis, who knows all this stuff and more. He's been all over the country.
How did we stumble on Jay?
He was referred to us from a friend of ours, Corey.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we have a friend that had opened. just opened
a food truck.
a food truck.
Okay.
And we
Which
were
is a whole nother explosion. I mean, chefs are
Right.
building trucks and going all over the place. Yeah.
He kind of said, "Hey, give this guy a call." We called him up.
We just needed a little direction, like kind of to focus. We had so many ideas. We had so many things that we were working on that we just needed just kind of like the path to kind of.
And I'll tell you, it isn't just concept. It's control. Oh my God, when I had a bar, that was the last thing I figured out. A bunch of buddies and I were going to build a bar. It was about 5,000 square feet. It was like an Irish pub dressed up as a billiard club. That was and kind of a sports bar. Food was not the main focus. The custom craft cocktails and the microbrewed beers and all that stuff, which was just starting to emerge. I didn't know what a pour cost was. I didn't know what my food cost was, and we're just piling stuff on, and boy, that's really good. And then we started figuring out, oh boy, everyone we sold, we're losing money on that sucker. Jay really dives into that stuff. He really tears apart your menu and says, well, that's really cool, but you know, maybe that one item isn't worth stocking and you're going to throw it away because you're not going to sell enough of them. Or can you creatively use that chicken, that something, whatever, again, in other ways and repurpose it and, you know, to make the money come out the other end. Money, people are packed, and we'd go to the end of the day, we'd say, what happened to all the money? What happened to all the profit?
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, we kind of knew the front of house, so the pour counts and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I was very familiar with.
Sounds like if you work at a big operation like Morongo, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but it was the back of house that we were kind of learning and struggling, and you know, the food part of it, you know, and dealing with.
And how do you deliver quality stuff? And do you need an expediter to keep things going? And what happens when things back up? And how you fall behind and all the stuff you see on like those restaurant.
We're still struggling.
Yeah.
We're constantly evolving and changing like the flow of things because we want it to be successful. We don't want anything to ever be bogged down. So we're always peaking.
I always said the worst part was when something went wrong. So something came back and they said they don't like this burger. You cooked it wrong, or it's not what they ordered, or something here. And now I got to slot it in because I've already got a bunch of other stuff that's making a way here. So I put it at the end, and then more stuff, and I put it at the end. Now I got a really pissed off customer because not only get the wrong thing or a bad thing, but now they wait 30 or 40 minutes to get the right thing.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And if I disrupt it and stop them, now I got 5 other pissed off customers because I backed up everybody else's order. So trying to figure that flow was critical. We struggled a long time to get that down, particularly when you're slammed and it's really busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Expo is a tough position because Expo is, the one that orchestrates, the whole line.
Yeah, right.
And timing and making sure the plates look right and blah, blah, blah. So finding somebody, actually the kid, JJ,
the one that made the schnitz.
He's our main expo, and he does a good job. But when he's off, it's hard.
Yeah, filling his shoes is insane.
So, but I mean, we have a lot of good. We employ kids here. I mean, 18. I call them kids. And they're going to college, and it's their first job or second job or whatever. And they're all kicking butt for us, and we have a really good team. We're learning still. I mean, we haven't even been open a year yet.
Yeah.
But everybody's learning and growing, and it's cool. It's cool to watch them grow as much as we're growing.
And many of them may not. Again, I don't want to sound like I'm putting Yucaipa down, but having not seen this kind of stuff in the area, they may not have worked at that kind of place or even had eaten at that kind of place. So they don't know how to present it, how to explain it, how to make it. This is out of their experience zone. Whereas if you're in Irvine or you're in downtown LA or in Gas Lamp District in San Diego, you've probably got a large group of people that have already worked in places like this or go to these kinds of places and already.
The service beverage industry community down there is huge. Where it's a small community here. I mean, we know mostly everybody that works in the food
service,
and service here. We all get along. We all talk and other restaurants and bars and everything. So, which is cool. But yeah, it is definitely a community.
So talk to me about Jay. What did he do for you? What would you tell other people about Jay? Jay, we did an interview for those who were listening to the show. Go back and through the catalog. We did an interview with Jay. Cool guy. I think he was like from Nashville or something, or what? I think somewhere way back when.
So
somewhere out
Nashville,
there,
and then he came over here, and he just actually was in here a couple last month or something with his son. So it was cool to see him. But he helped us. I mean, I would say the biggest thing that he helped us was getting us kind of because when you're starting, you're all over the place. You're
Oh,
thinking,
I got to do this. I got to get permits. I got to get licenses.
You're kind of trying to figure, and then he kind of helped us focus on, our business plan, which was the biggest thing, to get the funding through investors or whatever, and
he really organized a lot of the steps, like saying like this is something that you should be worried about right now, and this is something that you can put off for a little bit, which is helpful because when you look at the list of everything you have to do to open up a restaurant, it almost seems insurmountable at some point. And then, but when you put it in the little steps, little things to achieve, it made it much more feasible.
And too many of us take a long time to get it up and running because the slow, the soft opening. I don't really know what I'm doing yet. I took so hard to get through the city, to get the permits, to get the liquor license, to get the health department clearances and all the stuff, and to get the equipment in and get it set up, and then to lay out the menu and just trying to train all this stuff. And then you just want to open the doors, and we haven't figured it all out yet. We got it together here.
It was not a soft opening for us.
No, we didn't even have the chance because we tried to do a soft opening and people walked in.
Get out! We don't know what we're doing.
It was a total chaotic mess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Total mess.
The first month was
I would
insane.
say 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where, again, I didn't know of any restaurant consultants or bar consultants. We thought we knew. We didn't really know what we're doing. We didn't have a background in the business. You at least had some. These were all strange concepts to us. We just thought it'd be fun, and it can be fun.
Everyone,
Well, that's what we get
fun,
that a lot. But luckily, I think that's what's making this so far so successful is that we've been in this industry for so long, and that fun part it's fun, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's fun because we love doing it. It's fun because it's our passion.
It's more fun if it works. It's less fun if it doesn't work.
Right.
People are screaming at you.
But we weren't blind coming into this. It's like, oh, let's just open a bar. It's going to be fun. But we've already been a part of bars. We've already been a part of restaurants. We've already done that. So we knew a lot what it took. We didn't know the extent of what it's going to take to open this place. But we had a grasp on at least a good amount of it, And so I think that's what's helped us out, so far, getting through this, because it's been a roller coaster of a ride.
Well, I'm glad you found Jay. He certainly knows the world stuff more than I do. He's been the front of the house, the back of the house, chains, independents, small places, big places. He's been all over the place here.
Yeah, he was awesome. Yeah, so
and
he was here for our grand opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, hung out the whole city, actually, the whole office, I think, came in.
They all came. They ate for the grand opening, and they did the ribbon cutting with us. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got to stop now. I got to find what exit do I get off of the 10 freeway out there.
We only have 2 exits. Get off on either one. You'll
it's
find
either
us.
Yucaipa Boulevard or
just
Oakland.
go up our main road, and you'll find us.
Yeah.
All right. Rebels. Brews and any why the term brews in there, because it sounds like you're doing more than just brews. You're doing cocktails and stuff too.
I don't know. It just kind of
it flowed.
Yeah.
It flowed. We liked it. Yeah.
We probably had a million names, and we definitely had a million names, and we just kind of we're like it flows.
Is this is this just where it ends, or are there going to be more Rebels maybe down the road?
We are looking. We want to open more, so we're getting our grasp on this one, and we're doing pretty well, and I think hopefully in the future we'll find us. It's got to come to us. I don't want to force anything.
Yeah, there you go.
So when we see the spot and it feels right, we'll be ready to rock.
Okay. Well, we got some rockin' rebels out there in Yucaipa shaking things up, making some noise and making some smiles out there. Give us a website or address and all that. How do they find you?
So our address is 35007 Yucaipa Boulevard.
Okay.
And the website is Rebels Burgers Brew.
And is there kind of a downtown? Is this like in the downtown, or just it's right there?
It's called Uptown.
It's called Uptown, but it's at the corner of First and the Boulevard.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's right where so we just built this little area is getting built up to be like a downtown or uptown area. We have a couple bars and restaurants right across the street from us.
Perfect.
We have the YPAC Center, which is a Yucaipa Performing Arts Center that hosts like big concerts.
Who knew there was a performing arts center in sleepy Yucaipa? Come on.
Yucaipa's growing. Next month we're gonna have the Autumn Festival, which they shut down the street right in front of us, and there's vendors everywhere. I mean, thousands of people come out. It's a big old festival. They have live music playing across the street, and
there's a winery on the horizon here opening sometime.
Wineries coming in and all that stuff. So yeah,
be the first, discover the next cool spot here, and cool off on your way to the Coachella Music Festival here.
Exactly.
And
you probably won't make it to Coachella because this place is cool.
You're on your way to Coachella. Say, hey, the heck with it. What, is there a hotel in town? I'm staying here.
I'd rather be at Rebels than go see No Doubt.
I'm a rebel. I'm going to hang out there. All right, love it. And is there a website?
Yeah, rebelsburgersbrew.com.
Burgers plural, but brew single, not brews and brew. All right, burgers and brew. That's kind of rebellious there too. I want to put an S on both of them here.
I know, everybody does. So yeah.
All right, Rebels.
There's a lot of things on our menu that aren't normal.
Aren't normal. Well, it's not normal to put a gastropub, a cool brew pub, in the middle of what I think is Sleepyville here. But all right,
we're waking up.
We're waking up. They're shaking things up. Rebel roar can be heard all the way here to Orange County here. All right, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your journey and talking a little bit about how you worked with the SBDC. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Hang on. As we conclude another episode of the Profit Talks podcast, we hope we've empowered your entrepreneurial spirit. Reach out to us to connect with our experts, and let's take your business to the next level. Keep those dreams alive, keep pushing forward, and stay tuned for more. And if you liked what you heard in today's podcast and you want your business to reach new heights, just contact us at profittalkspodcast.org or call us at 1-800-616-7232. That's 1-800-616-7232. So until next time, keep thriving.